Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hi, Kim Commando here. Well, first up, we have your digital life hack. And after that, I'm going to play a call from my weekend national radio show. You press the button. You hear the beep. You think your car's locked. Stop right there. I'm Kim Commando for Consumer Cellular. Switch and get great coverage for less. If you're over 50, get 2 lines for just $30 each line at consumercellular.com/Kim. Stealing has gone high-tech. Thieves don't need to break a window. They use devices like the Flipper Zero. It's a legal $200 gadget that reads wireless signals, like the ones from your key fob. Here's how it works. You press the lock button on your fob. The thief nearby jams the signal. Your fob still beeps, but your car never locks. You walk away. They open the door like they own it. So how do you fight back? Do the handle check. After you press lock, physically pull on the door's handle. If it opens, that thief is probably jamming you. Leave right away. Also, check your key fob's manual. Some have a sleep mode that turns off that signal. Others can be shut off manually. No signal means nothing for the thief to steal. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. Next up, a call from my weekend show, The Kim Commando Show. Enjoy. In business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick 2. What if you could have all 3? That's exactly what Cohere, Thomson Reuters, and Specialized Bikes have since they upgraded to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. OCI is the blazing fast platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs, where you can run any workload in a high-performance environment and spend less than with other clouds. How's it faster? OCI block storage delivers more operations per second. Cheaper, up to 50% less for compute, 70% less for storage, and 80% less for networking. Better, in test after test, customers report lower latency and higher bandwidth versus other clouds. This is the cloud built for AI and all your biggest workloads. And right now, with zero commitment, try OCI for free. Just go to oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim, oracle.com/Kim.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. This Monday night, witness the end of an era. John Cena takes center stage for his final appearance ever on Monday Night Raw. One last match, one unforgettable farewell. Come celebrate the legacy of a true WWE legend. Monday Night Raw, November 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, only on Netflix. Be there for the moment everyone will be talking about.
Paula in Detroit, Michigan. Welcome. Glad to have you with us. What's going on, Paula?
Hi. I'm quite new to discovering you, and I'm a retired lady, and so I have enjoyed trying to listen and learn. And so I reached out to your email with a question I had about phone security. My husband had to go to the emergency room, and we went there and waited quite some time, and I got up to stretch my legs, and there was a very young woman with a baby, and she was crying, and she was attempting to use a landline, and she would try several times and then pace around with her baby, and she had tear-streaked face, and so I asked her what was wrong, and I was concerned about her, and she told me a story about how she was at a women's shelter and she had been dropped off because she was having some problems, and that the number that she had been given to call them to get a ride back was not connecting to anything.
Okay.
And so I began to try to help her, and I pulled out my phone. And so I looked at the number and tried to dial the number, and it did go through to a safe harbor type shelter kind of place, but nobody picked up, and it basically said it was after hours, and she sobbed some more and said that's what's been happening. And so in the process of this, I went online and looked up the place as best as I could and showed her the pictures. And I said, does this look like the place you've been staying? Trying to get an address for it. And so time went on, and she said, well, maybe I could call my mom. I'm not from around here. I'm from a town. And she named a town that was a couple hours away. And I said, sure. So she gave me her mom's number, and I tried to call, and then she asked me if she could try. And so I handed her my phone, and I know that was a mistake, and so that's why I contacted you. I'm like, oh, my gosh, I made a mistake. So
when you handed the phone, did she make a phone call and talk to somebody?
She did not speak to anybody. She did some button pushing, but I was looking at it. It didn't seem like she was doing anything nefarious, and at the time, I still wasn't. My antennas weren't up. I didn't think anything of it. And about this time, she gave the phone back to me, and we had been conversing for some time, and she had indicated she'd been there a long time, and my experience in the emergency room was that we also had been there a long time.
Exactly.
And I said, well, have you had anything to eat? And she said, no. And I said, well, come over to the little food court thing. And I said, just tell them what you want and order a sandwich, whatever you want, get a drink, and I'll take care of it. You need to calm down. You need to get something to eat. So she did. She didn't ask me for anything. She didn't ask me for any money. She didn't ask me for the food. And so I got that for her. And about this time,
okay, wait a second. Okay, so did she get on your phone after that?
Nope.
Okay.
What did she do to your phone that makes you think she did something?
I didn't think anything until next they called my husband back. And so I left her, and I gave her the advice to tell the medical people what her situation was, that she was concerned about getting home. And I said, I've got to go. So I went and spoke to the receptionist on my way back to where they had taken my husband. And the receptionist said to me, I shared with her, there's this woman that's really distressed, and told her the story. And the receptionist said, oh, there's people that are coming up on the bus lines from I don't know exactly where from. And she said they have skimmers, and you need to be really, really careful. And she said, whatever you do, don't let them hold your phone. And I was like, probably that ship has sailed. So I went back to where my husband was and told him, and the first thing he did was check like our bank account.
That's what you need to do. You got to check
online, and we checked our credit card, and there was nothing that we can see, and nothing has since come up. So my question for you is there something else I should be monitoring and watching? And I just didn't even understand necessarily about skimmers, other than I've heard there's devices that can go on the gas.
Yeah, so yes, there are skimmers, but there are also now handheld skimmers. Okay, because if we can put it on a gas pump, they can put it there. You sound like a smart woman, like a very compassionate woman with a lot of empathy, and you were simply trying to help a woman who you thought was in distress. Like you said, the first thing that you do is you check your Venmo, your PayPal, your Cash App, your banking app, Zelle, whatever it may be, to see if anything was there. I would review account settings. You go into your settings, your name and devices. Look for any new apps. Turn on two-factor authentication everywhere. Keep an eye on your credit card receipts, your bank statements, all that other great stuff that you just have to do.
Don't change any passwords on the device. Use another computer to change those passwords.
Yeah, and I mean, and if you're really concerned, that's where you have to do a reset.
But I don't think they did anything.
It doesn't sound like it.
All of that happened, there should have been a payoff for the scammer.
But that's the problem with the emergency rooms, because they're open 24/7.
Right, so there's always someone that they can go and try and scam.
Yes, exactly. And there's often there's not a lot of security that goes into the emergency rooms. But you know, how nice is Paula?
Too nice.
In order to do that. Paula, thank you for your call today. Thanks for trying to be a good person, too. Hey, join over 650,000 folks who get my free newsletter every single morning. You're going to love it. It takes just 5 minutes to stay up to date on everything that's happening in the tech world. Get the current newsletter. Sign up now at getkim.com.